On this video, I will show you on how to evaluate functions. Evaluating a function is a process of replacing the variable or the variables at the given value and simplifying it afterwards by means of performing the indicated operations. For example, let f be the function defined by the equation f of x is equal to 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. Find f of 2, f of negative 4, f of 1 half, f of h, f of y squared, and f of n plus 2. So let us evaluate f of 2. So the given value of x is 2. Then replace all the variables x from the equation 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. So that will now be 2 times 2 squared minus 3 times 2 plus 5. Then simplify further. So 2 squared means 2 times 2. And 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Then negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Then copy plus 5. Next, 2 times 4, that is equal to 8. Then copy minus 6 plus 5. So simplify further. 8 minus 6 plus 5 is equal to 7. So f of 2 is equal to 7. Next will be f of negative 4. So same process, replace all the variables x with negative 4. So that will now be 2 times negative 4 squared minus 3 times negative 4 plus 5. Then evaluate it further. So negative 4 squared is negative 4 times negative 4, which is equal to positive 16. Then negative 3 times negative 4 is equal to positive 12. Then copy plus 5. Next is 2 times 16 is 32. Then copy plus 12 plus 5. So 32 plus 12 plus 5 is equal to 49. F of negative 4 now is equal to 49. Next is f of 1 half. So replace all the variables x with 1 half. Then that will now be 2 times 1 half squared minus 3 times 1 half plus 5. Simplify further. So 1 half squared is 1 half times 1 half, which is equal to 1/4. Then negative 3 times 1 half is negative 3 halves. Then copy plus 5. So 2 times 1/4 now, that is 2 all over 4, or when you simplify it, that is 1 half. Then copy minus 3 halves plus 5. So 1 half minus 3 halves is equal to negative 2 all over 2, or that is negative 1. So negative 1 now plus 5 is equal to 4. So f of 1 half is equal to 4. Then we have f of h. So replace all the x variables with h. That will be 2 times h squared minus 3 times h plus 5. So h squared means h times h, and that is h squared. The negative 3 times h is negative 3h. Then copy plus 5. Then 2 times h squared is equal to 2h squared, then copy minus 3h plus 5. So in here, we cannot simplify it further. It is because that is already the final answer, because we cannot combine terms anymore because there are no more similar terms. When we say similar terms, these are terms with the same literal coefficient. So literal coefficient is the combination of a variable and exponent. So in here, the literal coefficients are h squared and h. And h squared and h are not similar. Therefore, we cannot combine them. So that will now be the final answer. Next will be f of y squared. So replace all the x variables with y squared. So that is 2 times y squared is squared minus 3 times y squared plus 5. So y squared times y squared is equal to y raised to 4. Then negative 3 times y squared is negative 3y squared, then copy plus 5. Then 2 times y raised to 4 is equal to 2y raised to 4, then copy 3y squared plus 5. So in here, that is already the final answers because we cannot combine terms anymore. And the last one is f of n plus 2. So replace all the x variables with n plus 2. That is 2 times the quantity n plus 2 squared minus 3 times n plus 2 plus 5. So let us first simplify n plus 2 squared. N plus 2 squared means n plus 2 times n plus 2. So in here, this is already a product of two binomials. So we will apply FOIL method. FOIL method means to multiply all the first terms, all the outer terms, all the inner terms, and all the last terms, then combine similar terms afterwards. So, for the first terms, we have n and another n. So, n times n, that is n squared. Then for the outer terms, we have n and 2. So, n times 2 now is equal to 2n. For the inner terms, we have 2 and n. So, 2 times n is equal to 2n. And for the last terms, we have 2 and another 2. So 2 times 2, that is 4. Then we now have n squared plus 2n plus 2n plus 4. So combine the similar terms, we have 2n plus 2n. Then the final answer now for n plus 2 squared is n squared plus 4n plus 4. Then, next to simplify will be 2 times the quantity n squared plus 4n plus 4. So in here, we will distribute 2 in each terms inside the parentheses. Meaning to say, that will be 2 times n squared, then 2 times 4n, and 2 times 4. So that will now be 2n squared plus 8n plus 8. Then, next to simplify is negative 3 times the quantity of n plus 2. So, same process from the previous. Distribute -3 on each terms inside the parentheses. So, that will be -3 times n and -3 times 2. So, that will be -3n minus 6. Then we now have 2n squared plus 8n plus 8 minus 3n minus 6 plus 5. Then let us simplify further by means of combining similar terms. So in here, the similar terms are the terms with the same colors. So let us combine all of them. So that will now be 2n squared. Then we have 8n minus 3n is 5n. And we also have 8 minus 6 plus 5, that is positive 7. So, f of n plus 2 now is equal to 2n squared plus 5n plus 7. So, that is evaluating functions.